speak to me in the spirit, you're going to miss what God gave me. 1 Corinthians 15:45. The last Adam became a life-giving spirit. He started talking to me, Evangelist Miller, and it blew my mind. I never seen it. He said, go back to Genesis. I breathed into Adam, and he became what? A living soul. He became a living spirit. But he made a decision that blocked his ability to give life. To listen. He gave life, Sister Dorinda, after his flesh. And he birthed God after his kind. And so it took Jesus to come along, not to give you breath of life, but to give you spirit of life. And that's why some of y'all ain't where you need to be, because you spend all your time focusing on the breath. Y'all ain't hearing me. Oh, I ain't got nobody to hear me yet. It's my bill to pay. What kind of car I drive? Where do I live? What's the label in my clothes? How my children look? Is my hair right today? Oh, y'all ain't liking my preaching. What kind of job I got? And that is breath. Y'all don't hear me yet. Oh, but when you get Jesus, you get spirit. And you start moving in spiritual things. And you know how to operate in the spiritual realm. That while my feet may be planted in a carnal earth, I live in a spirit mentality. So I could have had the worst day of all days, but my spirit rises up and says, all things work together. That ain't your flesh talking to you. That's your CC. Ain't nobody caught it yet. It's your spirit that says no weapon. It's your spirit that says some trust in horses, some in chariots, but I will trust in the name of the Lord. How can you say that with your broke, disgusted, aggravated, wounded self? It's because your spirit man stands up and says, somehow the Lord is going to make a way. I wish I had about 60 folk that'll let your spirit rise up and minister today. Touch your neighbor and say, get out of your flesh. No, you ain't helping me preach. Touch him, get out of your flesh. Tell them, touch him, touch him. Tell them you're too fleshy. You're too fleshy. That's why everything hurts you. That's why everything stumbles you. That's why everything makes you want to quit. That's why everything wants you to back down. Because you're living out of your flesh. When you become a spirit being, maybe you can get hit with arrows left and right. And you say, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. Jesus is the life-giving spirit. The biggest issue in living a life led by the Spirit of God is this. What is your problem? Can I tell you? Look at a neighbor and say, you got a problem. Would you help me preach? And don't care how they look at you. Touch them. Wake them up in their sleep. Tell them I need to wake you up so you can know what your problem is.